Hi everyone, welcome to your reading today. I'm Candace and I'm going to be doing a reading on your situation. So if you would like, allow me to tune into your energy and we'll go from there. This is going to be an imperfect reading in terms of the setup. It's not fancy, but we're trying it. All right, so I'm not going to get that off the floor. Great Spirit, thank you for guiding us to the answers that are the most helpful and the most relevant. Help us understand what it is that this group needs to know about their situation. And we're going to do a quick read on what the situation is. Okay, so we pulled the Knight of Cups. And so this could be an emotional offer I'm hearing, a romantic offer. I'm hearing the word sweetness. So you'll know if this is your situation based on that information. I'm also hearing emotional message. Now let's get another card to kind of clarify the situation in general, and you'll know if this is your reading or not. Okay. Flippers only. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting the Three of Wands in reverse. And so what that's telling me is I'm hearing hard to plan. Something has been hard to make plans around because it maybe hasn't been certain. I'm hearing waiting on an offer. Maybe you've been waiting on an emotional message for somebody to reach out for a situation, possibly a romantic or emotional situation, if that doesn't resonate with you about it being romantic, to move forward and for you to be able to make plans around it. Okay, one more card clarifying the situation. Flippers only. Come on. Okay. Okay, so I got the Magician in reverse and the Fool in reverse and the Three of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting that you want to be lighthearted about it. I'm getting that you want to have a sense of freedom. There's like a lot of yellow in this card, and that's making me think of like confidence and also just feeling the warmth of the sun on your face. And the color yellow is really standing out to me about the situation. Maybe this has kind of affected your sense of self-worth, your sense of freedom, your sense of empowerment, your sense of fun, your sense of ability to plan. You're kind of waiting on this golden cup, this cup of love, this cup of emotional energy to come into alignment in order for you to feel all these different things. So that's the situation if it resonates with you. So, okay, I'm getting to grab all these cards that fell out here and to pull this. So, yeah, you're just kind of feeling a little stuck, a little stagnant around waiting on this offer. You want clarity, you want to feel good. I'm also getting to remind you that you don't need this emotional offer, this person, this communication in order to feel that way. And I'm also just intuitively getting that what you need is to begin to ignite those feelings within yourself first. This person, this opportunity, this situation is not I'm getting the Wayne Dyer thing. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. If you can ignite this feeling within yourself, you can pull it forward. Okay. So write down the feelings that you want to feel, the energy that you want to feel in the ideal situation, and begin stirring and generating those feelings within yourself first. Okay. All right. What do you want them to know about the situation? What's important for them to know? Come on. Oh, way too many cards fell out. So we're just going to take what's on the bottom of the deck. And it was the King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm just getting this person staring down at the coin. You are too fixated on the situation. And I'm hearing, has the potential to affect your finances or whatever it is that you're working on or you're dealing with, because you're just too, you got to turn your gaze towards something else is what I'm getting. If there has been any sort of conflict, it's time to just walk away from it. Just walk away, distract yourself, think about something else, and start generating these uplifting feelings within yourself. Okay. Any more advice on how they can actually start to generate the energy specifically? Ooh, the High Priestess came out upright. So trust your intuition about the situation. Get quiet. I'm getting drawn to the image of the cross on her heart. I'm get into heart-brain coherence, where you maybe put your hand on your heart and you tune in to the situation and you think about what you love, you think about what makes you happy. This is going to raise your vibration, make your energy clearer, help you see the situation. I'm also getting something about this book. So seek spiritual wisdom, maybe intuitive readings, maybe read your Bible if you're into that. Read your Quran, your Torah, whatever spiritual text, deep spiritual literature that helps you remember who you are, what's really important, and get into that. There's also something I'm getting about her unfocusing her eyes, drawing her attention away from the immediate world and the reality, and also how this is affecting your sense of worth. Remember, your worth is not defined by whether or not you receive this opportunity, this cup of love, this offer, this emotional message. Recenter within your heart. Find your spiritual core and sit with that. And trust your intuition. You don't necessarily have to make all the decisions about it right now. You don't need to do all that. But trust your heart and get in touch with your heart-brain coherence. Okay, so I'm getting to pull these cards now. Any other messages about the situation? Yeah, the idea of the sun coming up again, and it says groundedness. So you want to reground, because sometimes when we're all in our head or we're all in our feels about what's going on, we need to get really present in the now. Get your bare feet in the earth. Go outside, be in nature, get the sun on your face. Don't sit in a dark room. Get outside. And I'm hearing the word light codes. So just allowing the sun to be on your face, allowing it to clear away any negative energy. Trust your intuition, trust your heart, And that's what you need to do about the situation. So I hope that that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi everyone, I'm Candace, and this is for group number 2. What to know about the situation, what to do about the situation. Spirit, we invite you into this conversation. We ask that all the messages that are received are helpful and supportive of whoever is listening for the highest good of all. And if you were drawn to piece number 2, thank you for being here, and just give me permission to tune into your energy. And I'm just going to take a deep breath. Okay, I'm being told that I need to drink water after this. Okay. I'm also being guided to just share with you how I choose what readings are relevant for me. I've been thinking about horses all day and somebody starts bringing up horses, or if there's something in my immediate visual environment and they reference it in the video, there should be some little signs. This shouldn't be coming out of left field. There should be little cues and things that make sense to you. So I'm going to pull some cards related to the situation. The Knights today. This is about the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm hearing something of value being offered to you. That's what the situation is regarding. Anything else? Something of value being offered to you that's very important to you. I'm also being drawn to this. He's just like standing there. He's not really moving. And I'm getting that he's like looking out on the horizon as to where to go. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at your situation and making sure, don't try to make it fit if it doesn't fit. And I keep my readings pretty short so that the messages are clear and actionable. So what else about the situation to clarify? So we've got the 5 of Cups in reverse. So I'm getting that this has been a situation that you were initially disappointed about, and you were focusing on the negative regarding the situation. You were focused on the 3 of Cups that have been spilled over here, but it's in reverse. So you are starting to look at like the positive regardless of what happens with this person, with this opportunity, this offer of something valuable to you. Okay. And what else related to abundance and value? So I pulled pay yourself first. What I'm getting, and this is a really good thing, and you'll know if this reading is for you based on if this is relevant, but you're understanding that you are your most important financial obligation, and that it's on you. And I'm hearing healthy self-interest. And I'll just read to you what it says. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you have savings to invest in your present and your future. And then positivity, faith, and optimism also came up upright, related to the situation. So you'll know if you've had kind of a turning point where you realize that whether or not this comes in or not, you're still valuable, and you're still going to care for yourself and do what you need to do to be okay. And at first, maybe you had felt kind of discouraged and were focusing on what was lost and what was no longer available to you. But now you are starting to see the positive. You are starting to see that, no, I've got these situations over here that I could focus on, which is a great thing. And you're not allowing negative energies or temporary setbacks or the stall to interfere with the path that you're on. You're keeping the faith. You're going to keep it moving. You're going to take care of yourself. You're going to pay yourself first, which is awesome. So, how can they optimize this? How can they really drive this home? Flippers only on the day. Okay. You've decided to stop complaining, or that's how you optimize this. So really double down on those affirmations. I'm hearing also compliment people. Make it a point to find what's good in any situation, why it's a good thing. Continue to affirm it over and over. No, in the present, why is this good? Turning whatever it is that you're dealing with into a positive. And you're already on the road to that. So you're just getting the green light from Spirit to keep doing that. And keep affirming that you have abundance, you have choices, you have freedom. And with this increased confidence and assertiveness, you're going to watch these things blossom into reality. Also, in order to optimize this, make sure that you are setting aside money for yourself. I'm being drawn back to this card. Continue with taking care of yourself first, but also there's this saying, I don't know what book it comes from, but it's a sheer tis a sheer. And it's this idea where God is saying, test me. So give joyfully to the organizations and people that spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, and other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. So you're going to keep affirming, and you're going to stay strong. And as you give, you really demonstrate what you truly believe, not based on what you say, not based on what you think, but on the actions that you take. And when you give, you are affirming with your actions and your words that you have enough, that you are enough. And this is really going to optimize your situation. And yeah, things may have been on a stalemate, a stall. But this is really going to get things flowing and going, and that is what you're being guided to do. What else? What else do they need to know about the situation? Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. Give and be in play and enjoy and share and give what you have. It's okay to take care of yourself, but whatever you give and do, don't be so serious. Play, have a good time. Trust that your needs are going to be taken care of. God is saying, test me, like everything is good. I'm hearing these are irrelevant. So that's what it is. You need to play. You need to have fun. Anything else that they need to know about the situation? Oh, this is coming out. This is a line from A Course in Miracles, a spiritual text that I really love. It says, a sense of separation from God is the only lack you really need to correct. Let me recognize the problem so it may be solved. That's the only real problem that you have, is that you think that you're separate from God, from this divine, infinitely loving, infinitely abundant, infinitely compassionate, infinite love, and you're not. And when you see that as the only real problem that needs to be solved, and you relax and you play and you give generously, but you also take care of yourself and you practice healthy self-interest, this whole situation, and you affirm your power, you affirm your dignity, you affirm your goodness, your innocence, all this is just going to go away. So you're going to watch your life transform right before your eyes. And I'm so excited for you. And it looks like you're already on that path. So just double down on what you know, on your affirmations, have fun, turn up the music, do things in your own fun, playful, silly way, give with an open heart, and you're going to receive with an open heart. All right, I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi everyone, I'm Candace. Welcome to your reading. For those of you who picked piece number 2, I'm looking forward to doing your reading. I'm just going to start doing stuff like this. I hope you can hear me, and I hope that this works out. I'm trying to take messy, imperfect action and more of it. So I don't know. But just if you could, and if you're interested in this reading, which obviously you are, that's why you're here, take a deep breath and allow me to tune into your energy. And we're just going to say a quick prayer. Great Spirit, we invite you into this conversation. We ask that all the messages that come through are truly helpful and that they uplift the highest good for all. And so it is. Amen. Okay. So we're going to do a quick test and see if this is your reading based on the situation. I like to keep these readings nice and short so that they're actionable and practical, and not watered down. We can only take so much information in. At that point, it just becomes kind of a waste of time. So, and how I like to do readings is this shouldn't be coming out of left field. You know, it should be resonating. You should be seeing glimpses of what I'm saying in your environment, in what you've been thinking about, in your experience. And that's how you know. So, okay, you know. Now the situation. Okay. So, what I'm hearing plans for work. So you've been planning on something related to work. You've been looking at the situation, assessing the situation, going over it in your mind, really trying to, it's not a crystal ball, but make plans. It could be seen as a crystal ball, or it could be seen as a globe. So for some of you, you've been checking it out intuitively, or you've been actually planning, going through the numbers, going through the locations, going through the time frames in a very earthly, practical way. And it's related to your work, it's related to your craft, it's related to something that you've been focusing and dedicating yourself to, and that's the situation if it resonates with you. So, guidance about, I'm hearing ROI, getting a return on your investment, the best made plans. What is your advice, Spirit, for that? I hope you can see me. I've got nope. Okay, so that's interesting. Maybe you've been testing stuff. You've been trying it. Yes, no, I'm doing this thing called a flow test where I get myself really happy and then I just try a bunch of things and I just see where it's easy, it's fun, and the energy starts to move. Being fully invested in the effort and detached from the outcome. So maybe you've been at your craft, trying different things, experimenting with different things, taking a look at it, doing some work, stepping back, looking at it. What works, what doesn't. Clarity comes from action, not from overthinking. Nope. Flippers only. Okay. All right. Move your body. So I'm getting, keep it moving, keep going. Keep your energy levels high by continuing to keep moving. By either actually exercising, maybe if you are doing this, sometimes just go out for a walk. Get outside in nature. Again, she's looking at the world. So maybe what I'm getting is as you contemplate this project, as you contemplate your craft, what I'm getting too is that some of you have been at your desk a little too long. You need to get outside and move those legs. Walk as you think and as you talk and as you process and as you analyze. Exercise. Also, maybe you've just been a little, if you find that your mind starts getting stagnant, you need to get outside and you need to sweat it out. You need to sweat out the excess, the confusion. If your mind gets a little clogged or a little, I'm hearing the word manky, like if it gets stuck, you got to get that moving. Also, this was in reverse. So, which is interesting. It says, have the courage to ask and accept help. But it was in reverse. And what I'm getting about it being in reverse is be mindful about who you're asking for feedback from. If you know that they're going to be discouraging, if they don't have what you want, don't be asking them for help or advice, because sometimes we do that and then we start stalling our progress. You want to keep the energy moving and flowing and growing. She's in these abundant flowers. She's outside. The birds are flowing around her. Like, yes, ask for help, ask for support, but only from people who have the capacity to give it to you. This is really important to keep the flow going. Okay. What else? Related to the situation. Successful funding. Okay. I'm hearing only ask for resources and support from people who have the capacity to give you what you need. Excuse me. I wonder where my voice is my throat's getting clogged. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. Okay, I want a little bit more information on that. Okay, these cards. So, take it as it resonates. If you've been not asking for help, and if you haven't been asking for support, closed mouths don't get fed, so you need to ask. And all people can say is no, and that's fine, but ask people who have the capacity to help you. Okay. What is the successful funding? I'm hearing infusion of capital. What else do we need to know? Flippers only on the table. It's too many. Okay. Also, I'm getting to ask you, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Don't stop the momentum. Keep your body moving. Keep it in motion. If feelings or things come up or rejections or setbacks or whatever happens, move your body. Feel the feelings. Move it through you. Allow it to pass through you. But don't get stagnant. What else? Any last words about this situation? For the highest, happiest, most joyful outcome. Okay. Thank you for being patient as I shuffle the cards. Interesting. So both times I've got ask for your needs to be met in reverse, and I've got have the courage to ask for help, but it's been in reverse. I'm also hearing, if you can do this on your own, do it. Okay, I'm getting two different messages. If you can do this on your own, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. But if you've been refusing to ask for help, what are you trying to say about that? I just want a little bit, I know this is going on a little bit longer than some of the other ones, but I need more guidance around this ask for help. Should they ask for help? Should they try to go it more on their own in an independent way? And Page of Cups in reverse. I'm just hearing, don't wait for messages or affirmation from other people or the green light from other people in order to feel satisfied. Trust your path. Keep moving forward. Keep being dedicated to your craft. Keep focused on what you're doing. You're on the right path. You can get, okay. All right. You know, sometimes we take our ideas and our dreams to our friends and our family, and they are not qualified to give feedback. And the feedback that we do get is sometimes discouraging, or we catch their energy on it. So if you're going to put your idea out there and get money or get support or whatever, test it out on a small group of investors or online somewhere. Take it to a bigger game. Take it to a bigger audience, whatever it is that you're working on. Keep working, keep doing your thing. But again, don't be bringing it to people who don't have the capacity to help you. That can slow your progress. You want to keep the progress moving. You want to keep it going. Because people want to come at you with their well-intentioned, loving advice. Sometimes they're not so loving advice, and it's more harmful than it is helpful. So I hope that you got something from this reading, and I just want to pull one more card. I know this one's a little bit longer than all the other ones. I am entrusted with the gifts of God. Try then today to begin to learn how to look on all things with love, appreciation, and open-mindedness. So you have the power within you. The gifts of God are within you. Trust. Okay, thanks.